With that being said, I'm going to also mention, too, people talk about the Olmecs. The Olmecs were actually blacks. And they were connected to the doggone tribe of Africa, as well as the Nomos aliens. And them and their reptilian god, as well as, Quetzalcoatl, as well as their evil spirit gods like Acapulco and all of them, murdered the Olmecs. The Aztecs did that. So I don't understand why anybody wants to deal with them people. They're trying to fuck with what you see right now in the spirit plane. So just watch out. So anyways, with that being said, they've been trying to take me, and they have taken me out of my body. The reason why I brought him up is because it seems like they're trying to get him to occupy and take over my consciousness. What he does is he devours your spirit guides, higher selves, and all of that. You can use 6666 hertz on them, as well as 9423 hertz on them. He devours your spirit guides, takes them over, and then removes them. Does the same thing to your consciousness and take you over. From what I understand, he's an ancestral spirit that's connected to Mikey Hernandez, and was made by some of those people at the Santa birthday shop. And from what I'm understanding, I'm trying. I don't deal with wetbacks, man. Get the fuck out of here. You see the fucking MAGA hat. Get out of here. I sometimes wear a nice shirt. Yes, I do. I don't like your kind. Get out of here. If I have my way, you be in concentration camps. All right, so with that being said, stand there, motherfuckers, especially given what I found out with this curse, how it's nothing but them that's involved. Keep them motherfuckers as far away from me as possible. So with that being said, I was told many times that if I accept help from them, they're going to come in and try to fuck shit up or steal something from you. That's how they are with black folks. I don't deal with them. So anyways, it's a tulpa that takes over your consciousness and fucks you up. And it's an extremely hard entity to get rid of. And me and my spirit guide have been trying mercilessly to work with trying to get rid of it. And from what I understand, the Stan Arsenica Tulpa lives in the consciousness of the people who put this curse on me, as well as that Santa Workday shop owner, her highest self, Maria Santana, or whatever, possibly Santa Workday itself. I'm wondering, again, it's a very hard entity to get rid of because it's composed of folks' astral body parts. And it's just egregiously hard to get rid of. And I'll show you some of the people that's involved. I feel like something drained me. And when when you're sacrificed to something, what they do is they ingest your consciousness so that you go into their realm when you die. You and your soul matrix and all of that. So from what I'm understanding, I'll show you the pictures. And then the original people on the PCH who put this shit on me put my soul. Okay, they were trying to sacrifice me to Quetzalcoatl or something. From what I understand by Mikey Hernandez and that Santa Birthday shop on 8704 Broadway, they sacrificed me to Santa Birthday. And so all of these motherfuckers are working in conjunction with trying to keep me stuck in the astral plane. You know, it's all part of like some type of grand conspiracy to keep me under heavy curses. And I will mention this as well, after getting a tarot reading from them, from what I understand, the higher self don't like black folks. That entity attachment I keep talking about, Alex Nacimiento, went over there fucking with them damn people. And I'm wondering, I think that it's the Alex Nacimiento that belongs to these people who put this shit on me, Barbara and David Rayner. How you doing, sir? I like your hair. Like your hair, brother. Yeah, some pretty hair. Looks like Bantu knots. They put this shit on me. They sent Alex Nacimiento over there to start fucking with these people. This is how he looks. In one picture, I look like I got glaucoma, meaning that I'm dead in the spirit plane. No, I don't do that, sir. You have a good day, my brother. Huh? I say that you have beautiful hair. I love your hair. It looks like Bantu knots from what I saw. Bantu knots. You're welcome, brother. You too, man. And he had some beautiful hair, but I saw that there. So anyways, with that being said, you know, I'm going to be honest with you right now. The energy feels very, very different. I don't feel his presence. It feels like his presence has been taken over by wetbacks. That's what I'm feeling. Almost like whitish wetback energy. I'm feeling wetback energy. Y'all can go ahead, use 694 hertz as well as 925 hertz for discernment. But the energy, whatever is going on with them, don't feel like it's right. So anyways, I kept hearing how they were going to try to kill him so that they can get access to a vital component of my consciousness, which they can then use to take me out. And it's one that connects to your identity, your childhood, everything about you. It's who you are. Makes you who you are. And they were fucking with it royally the other fucking day. And they've been trying to get control of it because, see, as part of their curses, the way it works is they get control of your consciousness. They ostracize you from your connection to God, your connection to source, your connection to higher selves, anybody and anything that you worship, and keep you from being able to reach out by importing them into their consciousness, which I saw early on in the curse, and then from there taking you out in your sleep. And so these evil motherfuckers have been trying to get access to that vital part of my consciousness so they can control me, control what I have to say. That's why I've been having a hard time getting on YouTube, because they've been trying to do it, but I have some spiritual protection, but not a lot, not enough. And try to manipulate what you have to say. But anyways, they've been trying to get me to drop Baron Samedy's docs so that they can get access to it. So anyways, all yesterday and all last night, I kept hearing how they were going to kill me off as well as Baron Samedi. And like I was saying in the past previous videos, I'm part of Baron Samedy's bloodline. He was actually a person who existed, unlike that Topa, that wetback Topa, Santa Birthday, who never existed. With that being said, from what I understand, Late last night, I feel a motherfucker using his power right now to try to kill him off. Late last night, from what I understand, I'm going to say this too, man, with all of them talking about we're going to put roach attachments in place of what's naturally yours. These people got to they got to die. And from what I understand, apparently they can't survive without feeding off of people's consciousnesses. Now, with that being said, from what I understand, I have to tame my consciousness because it's all fucked up. Thank you. From what I understand, these evil motherfuckers placed Baron Samedi in a hyperbolic chamber and killed him off by exploding him to death over and over till he just died and expired. But you can always revive a dead body in the spirit plane. All you have to do is use 3571 hertz as well as 3517 hertz. And that can help to revive a dead body. 1331 hertz revives your consciousness. And I think one all the way up to 1335, I'm not really sure, but I know 1331 does that. So if you're ever suffering from a roach attachment curse, which usually affects or infects rather your consciousness, use 1331 hertz. Now, with that being said, from what I'm understanding, these people have long been trying to covet his spiritual powers and abilities. And this goes back to what I was saying before about how these wetbacks want to take control of black people's ancestral magic. Because voodoo in Santeria, like I'm finding out during this curse, I used to dismiss all that shit as mumbo jumbo as a kid, but now I know I'm connected to it via bloodline. That's part of your ancestors. That's your ancestral collective spirit and collective energy and collective powers. You don't want to let anybody have it. And they try playing all sorts of tricks with my mind as well as his to get me to drop his docs, which I refused. And since I didn't, them motherfuckers just went ahead and just did what they wanted to do to some degree. There's a bunch of other things that I want to say, but I totally forgot. But with that being said, from what I'm understanding, these people, they've been pulling out major parts of my consciousness and everything else. From what I'm understanding and from what I felt in the spirit plane, these motherfuckers are really trying to kill me off. And they're using every which way to do it. For the past couple of days, actually weeks, from what I understand, they were putting up out of the real Baron Samedi to fuck with my consciousness, steal it and all of that. And I couldn't believe it at the time because they were putting him up to doing this, from what I understand, supposedly to get his ancestral money back. But they were saying I have to put it out there, just put his name to stop it, and that would allow them to be able to get my ancestral money as well as theirs, as well as Santa Muerte to steal his ancestral money. I'm trying to gather my thoughts, man, and trying to get away from this manipulation I got going on. Like I say, this is some serious MK Ultra shit to be putting on a fucking person. But anyways, with that being said, as I was saying before, what's going on with me, from what I'm even feeling, has major implications for a lot of black folks. You know, every single day and every single night, especially in the middle of the night, I have to deal with them removing major parts of my consciousness, you know, and of my spirit guide, and removing her consciousness. And, you know, I'm not going to lie, getting and feeling closer to death. And, you know, they placed an entity by the name of Dan Arsenica in charge of it. And was blocking and removing my spirit guide from being able to protect me. You know, I'll say this right now. I saw a couple of days ago proof, because when you die, you go into your consciousness, that I'm in my head. I'm not in the regular spirit plane. And I hope, you know, these people watch my videos. They watch to see what I say and they act on it. So, you know, please pray for me and please just look out for me, because this is heavy and this is scary. So with that being said, what these people like to do is they like to destroy as much of your consciousness as possible before taking you out. There was a lot more I wanted to say, but my consciousness is so fucked up. I can feel parts of my consciousness outside of my body as we talk. But I'm going to try to resolve. You know, again, pray for me, send positive energy my way and so forth and so on, because it's getting bad. It's getting really, really fucking bad. You know, I'm just going to say it like this. The more I fight back, I notice, the worse it gets. You know, that's why I even tell my spirit team, you know, even if you want to keep something under wraps, it's important to keep people up to date and let people know what's going on, because, you know, I'm literally outnumbered. And it's shit that's kind of like working within me, but also outside of me. Like I say, the roach attachments, they hook up to you in the astral plane. And they fuck you up to that and make it hard for you to be able to get your shit back, for you to be able to find out where your shit is at, put entity attachments upon entity attachments, like they claim they did to me in the middle of the night, you know, so that they can, you know, if you try to use your own frequency against them, they can use your own frequency against you, use your own spiritual powers against you. Again, they use roach attachments, 614 hertz, as well as all the way up to 617 hertz and 7,000 hertz are your friends. 7,010 hertz could be used to change something back to what it was. And the worst weapon they got is that damn Cienega. That, from what I understand, is tied to my father. They keep tying it to my dad in the ass of it. And I'm going to say this right now, you know, for the past couple of days, you know, look, I wear perfume, I wear cologne, I go into the cafeteria area there, and I'm made to smell by these people artificially foul. Never mind the fact that I take a shower every single fucking day, and I'm very, very clean. And I try to keep shit as reasonably clean as possible. You know, and another thing I wanted to mention too is, because it's getting very serious, you know, they've gotten scared ever since I started doing videos again and doing tarot cards. You know, they want to try to isolate me as much as possible from people, like with what happened the other day, you know, when they were taking out that major part of my consciousness. And, you know, doing it while I was doing a tarot reading to take away my intuitive powers. This guy reminds me of him, low-key. He dresses like that, and that kills me that they taking our black energy and it's beaners. You know, they ain't white folks, it's beaners. Maybe a few white folks interspersed. They have an Ingrid hybrid who's a big old fat German woman who's connected to this woman here. Right back. One that was looking at me. But, you know, again, I heard her voice, hey, how you doing? And kept seeing her, you know, in two astral visions. One, you know, with a skeleton where she was dressed in a nurse's outfit. And there was another one where I saw her, and I totally fucking forgot. I wanted, but it wasn't when she came to me with a soul contract. I believe there might have been a bunch of times where she showed up. You know, again, they're fucking with my consciousness and memories and all of that, so it's hard to remember. But anyways, it's a German woman, and from what I understand in the spirit plane, a bunch of wetbacks. They have some connection, you know, because of the evidence I've seen with those people at the Southern California Psychic Institute. So there's some weird shit going on. Like I say, this isn't anything ordinary. And me and my spirit team, my spirit guide and all of that, we've been trying to escape, and they keep pulling us back. And trying to kill us all off. You know, I woke early this morning with them connected to my consciousness and trying to see, you know, if they can influence what I say. And then if I say something, they'll say, yeah, let's see if we can get her to say that the minute I just think it. You know, so this is some cruel ass fucking shit. You know, I can't fucking sleep. You know, every single night I wake up having to, you know, help me out, my spirit guide out, you know, the feed and all of that. They be wanting you to go outside and fucking pray and all this other shit. And you know, just fuck with your energy body in such a manner that, you know, you can't keep it closed. That's why I smell. My consciousness is exposed. And, you know, attack you, you know, keep you stuck. Something that's not, something is fucking with my entity attachment. Something that's not a part of me is controlling me, because the minute I say that, to fuck with my ass, they'll close it or something. Or they'll act on something that I just mentioned that's part of my body. But there were a bunch of other things I wanted to say. But anyways, you know, I'm going to go ahead and say this. It seemed like these motherfuckers are trying to fucking kill me off and set it up to where I can't get my shit back. You know, they killed my spirit guide a couple of days ago. They keep fucking with her consciousness, and it's just a mess. Keep fucking with my other spirit guide. It's just... And then try to fuck with, you know, your means like frequency, binaural beats, and all of that in an attempt to keep you from healing. They're trying to get me to forget, you know, crucial aspects of my memories by manipulating crucial aspects of my memories. So anyways, like I say, if I ain't already dead, which I believe I was, you know, I heard that they cut off my throat, that Dan Arcienega entity working with them, Mikey Hernandez and Santa Birthday Shop, people cut off my throat and killed me in my sleep. You can use 175 hertz to heal. You know, I saw two versions of a lady today in two different places, which is weird. And she said something weird passing by when she was in the vehicle. So I thought that was very, very weird. And like I said, it's getting very, very dangerous because they've been coring out very pivotal parts of my consciousness in an effort to keep me from, you know, in large part talking, and also to try to kill me. But they keep getting blocked. And in conjunction with that, they keep removing me from my consciousness to keep me from accessing my own blessings, my own timeline, spiritual powers, getting all that shit back. You can use 1715 hertz as well as 446 hertz to get your shit back. You know, you could use, I believe, visualization, that right there. You know, frequency looks like telephone poles in the astral plane, and just use that. Think of the energy signature and, you know, use the frequency, access it in the astral plane to just get your shit back. There was a lot more I wanted to say, but I just don't remember. I feel like they got me blocked somehow from being able to get access. And I actually had a really, really cool dude talk about that, you know, mention it here. It could be because they keep chopping up my spirit guide and all of that. Like I said, she died a couple of weeks ago. They could be using, you know, tokens of my spirit guide and all of that. They tried to get rid of her a couple of weeks, you know, back. Use 925 hertz as well as 694 hertz for discernment. And 432 hertz. So, anyways, with that being said, let me go ahead and fucking with my consciousness right now, since it's so fragile and frail to get me to do something astrally I don't want to do. And I'm feeling, you know, you can see it in my eyes. I feel dead. And start throwing the cards, but before they use my third eye, and I hate to say what's left of it, you know, it's a fight having to, like I say, the more me and my spirit team try to get rid of this shit and push it away, the harder these people just come at me. and it's just getting fucking wet. What are you doing? Get your wet back ass out of here. They had one that, you know what trips me out about them? I was wearing a MAGA hat and an ice shirt. Hey, sir, how you doing? It's a black guy. An ice shirt the other day, and they had one that I was sitting here, or I think I was standing up. No, I was sitting down and trying to get spiritual work done on me to get this shit off. So anyways, they had a beanbag that came up to me and tried to call himself rapping. And I said, you don't see the combo of the MAGA hat and the ice shirt? Like, what the fuck would that convey to you? And I called him a wetback. And you say point blank, well, this is a stroll, because they automatically assume. See, people talk about white entitlement to blacks' bodies. Them wetbacks are the worst. They're racist motherfuckers. It's part of their overall consciousness. Again, they come from dark places. They don't come from the light at all, like everybody else. Everybody, Asians, Indians, everybody comes from the light other than them. They're the only ones who don't. They come from a very dark place. It's called Benares. All of their creator gods, Acapulco, all them Aztec motherfuckers are demonic. That's one thing I learned in the spirit world during this. And they're very low vibration. You know, they have a propensity for drinking, for pedophilia, for sexual assaults. That's why I don't like to be anywhere near them beanbags. So anyways, they automatically assume that if you're a black woman out here, you're open for sex. Like they had one that kept trying to bully me a couple of weeks ago. I'll show you his picture, and it was right next to the church up there. And, you know, from what I understand, he actually raped a young black girl. He forced a young black prostitute to get in his car. And, you know, I was wearing a fucking ice shirt and a MAGA hat, same fucking thing. And it's like, with that combo, you can't see I don't fucking like you. That's like a person wearing a Klan outfit and a black person trying to get close to him. You know, it's like, can't you see I don't like you? I don't care for your kind, period. You know, you heard that what I said earlier about concentration camps and shit. But anyways, with that being said, Joe, with that being said, this motherfucker goes on to say to me, well, you're out here on a stroller, and I said, you wetback, beanbag motherfucker. This is why I feel strongly you should go back to your fucking country, and as a matter of fact, you're put in concentration camps. Do you not see the fucking combination of a MAGA hat and a fucking ice shirt? Do I look like a fucking prostitute to you? This should say, like that music group from New Orleans, no fucking limit. Like, no, get the fuck away from me. If you're a fucking bean, get the fuck away from me. If you're a demon seed of Quetzalcoatl, get the fuck away from me. That's exactly what that should convey. Hey, sir, how you doing, brother? And he was having a hard time getting that because they automatically assume and feel entitled to black people's bodies. I'm going to say this as well. One thing I found out about him is that the wetback vibrates at a frequency of 4,200 in the spirit world, meaning they vibrate on the same frequency as at the sacral chakra. That's why they're obsessed with sex, and that's why they have a tendency, because I'm going to say this right now, whereas wetbacks come from a very dark place in the astral plane, black people are actually of God. That's one thing I found during this curse. We're actually direct of God. We weren't created like other groups of people. That's why we're hated and envied and mocked and copied. Meanwhile, they come from, I'm going to say this right now, when you die, you go into the subconscious. That's the chaos realms. A guy who I had a crush on back in the day, who was on Jurassic Park, that English actor, it's funny, a lot of my white ancestors are from England, about a good 31%. You know, when I checked my ancestry, Sam, I forgot what his name was, Sam or something. He was on Jurassic Park. He was an actor. He said in that film, Event Horizon, he was talking about chaos. And the subconscious It's chaotic because that's the hell regions. When you die, you go into your consciousness, and if you go into the subconscious, that's the hell regions. They're regions of chaos. They're hell. That's where the wetback comes from in the world. They come from the primordial darkness. That's where they were fashioned. They were fashioned directly by the lords of darkness, Zenu and Satan. That's why I don't care for them. That's why I don't deal with those motherfuckers. That's why I don't talk to them. They have a darkness about them. That's why they act like robots, and they make great hard workers, but not smart. I spiritually know the truth about them, which is why I don't care for them. So with that being said, I'm probably going to do a whole article talking about wetbacks in the future and about their connection to the primordial darkness. It's deep. It goes very, very, very deep. Now, all right, so with that being said, they automatically assume, because they like to steal, look, their hypersexual ways comes from the fact that they come from darkness, that they're dark people, evil people. They're what I call genetic evil. And they like to connect, they like to steal energy, especially root chakra and sacral energy, through sex, because that's where they vibrate from, 4200 hertz frequency. Again, that vibrates at the same frequency as the sacral chakra. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the video. So with that being said, let me go ahead and use what's left of my third eye to try to see exactly what awaits the collective. And what's today's date? We got June the 22nd, 2022. I see a lot of trudging along. I see a lot of trying to figure out exactly where you need to be and where you need to go. I see a lot of confusion. So from there, I'm seeing like a bridge. I'm seeing a major block, a roadblock situated with enemies that want to fuck with you and block your path. Much like, in a way, what's going on with me. Every time I try to escape this curse, them evil ass wetbacks keep pulling me back. I see you avoiding a major mishap, a major problem that can go awry, AWOL, that can go in the opposite direction. And I see you coming across a lot of help. It could be from family, good people, good well-wishers, people wishing you a lot of good luck. I see a major fight, and I see somebody pulling you into the doldrums and just making shit even fucking worse. But I ultimately see you pulling out. I'm going to say this. It's going to be alone, an arduous fought road, but nothing is impossible. You know, like I said, Ezekiel something states itself that the power of God is within you. I also wear a MAGA hat and a nice shirt when dealing with it. That has spiritual significance. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to break down these cards. I feel like the pile of dead has been lifted. Hey, brother, how you doing, sir? We're going to break down these cards. So in what they call that, the opposition, so what you got to fight against, we got the Eight of Pentacles. And I feel like there's a deep setback that's going on that's orchestrated to block your path. I feel like you're trying to learn a new craft or something, and that there's something greatly hindering you from learning what you need to learn. But it's something simple, and it's something that can be worked on, removed, dealt with. So right here, in the present position, we got the Nine of Cups. And I feel that it's a false, I want to say happy, but it's happiness that's coming without knowing all the facts, without knowing what's going on, and getting a hang on what's really, really going on. I am hot, sweating, and like I said, a lot of my consciousness got caught out of me last night, so just bear with me. So in the future position, we got the Chariot, and I feel that that actually works adversely against you, like there's going to be a hindrance. And I feel some of them motherfuckers watch my tarot reading, you know, I hear that when I talk about something, they act on it. They're going to try to do something to fuck with me by hearing this reading. But I don't care. That's not going to stop me from speaking the truth and saying what's going on. So right here at the top, okay, so for what's going on in the subconscious, we got the Eight of Swords. And I feel, like I said before, there's a lot of confusion and a lot of concern about what's really going on, and trying to gauge an issue accurately without pest involvement. Now, anyways, at the top, we got the goals. And the goals here represents, you know, I feel like you want to get to that precipice of happiness, but there's a lot more work that you got to do to get there. So, for advice, we got the Knight of Swords. And I feel that there's going to be somebody, a person, that's going to come through, a valiant person, and rescue you and help you out. You know, hopefully these people, you know, they're watching my shit. Hopefully they ain't trying to use this shit against me. Like I said, I'm not going to let them, because part of their victim to their roach attachments was we don't want to see her use her spiritual powers, which they've done used and stolen against me, to do her own shit. And I'm not going to have the, hey, sir, how you doing? So anyways, we got the Queen of Swords. And I feel that the Queen of Swords, that represents the energy that's all around you. I actually saw a face that looked like a skeleton just now. And I feel that with the Queen of Swords, I feel like it's a lot of help, but it's just deceptive. I'm just feeling like there's a lot of deception. And you're going to have to fight to break through that deception. So anyways, right here we got the Star. And that's your fears and hopes card. And I feel that there's a lot of eyes on you. There's a lot of people who are watching you. And there's a lot of motherfuckers. I'm feeling like it's not that many, but there's a lot of people who love you and have your best interest at heart. And they want to see you rise up and thrive, ultimately. I just saw something right there. Like a skeleton. So anyways, right here, we got the Page of Swords. And that's going to be your outcome. And I feel like it's going to, there's some deception that's involved. It's going to be bittersweet. Be careful with that. And make sure that you accurately get what's done so that you can get ahead. I feel that it's going to be people trying to block your path and trying to block your stride and ultimately try to obfuscate you from seeing exactly what's going on. So that being said, if you want a more thorough tarot reading, please contact me at ravenbytarot22@yahoo.com. Peace.